Star Brethren,
your number one source for everything Starbound. Hello everyone, I'm Kamo. Welcome back to Starbound. Today we're going to talk about the Skyrail. Now some of you might be saying, but Kamo, the Skyrail's not in there. I can't find the Skyrail tech anywhere. And you would be 100% correct, because someone on the dev team for Starbound decided that, man, these Skyrails are really cool. Let's go ahead and remove them. But to be extra douchey, we're going to leave the Skyrail crafting table in there so that they think it's still in here. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bitter right now because I've been spending an hour trying to figure out what the heck is going on with this thing, and come to find out you can't even get it anymore. So, I'm going to include a link in the description that leads you to a mod that works for Unstable that you can put into your mods folder for Starbound, and it re-enables the Skyrail tech. Now the way that you make the mod work is you download the mod, it downloads as a zip file, then you go into your Starbound local folders. If you need help on how to do that, I'm going to include a link somewhere to a very old video of mine that will show you how to do that. Just go watch that video, then you just extract the zip file into the mods folder and you'll be good. So anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the actual mod here. So what happens when you get the mod, or when you download the mod and put it into your mods folder? This girl right here in the science outfit, the girl with the blonde hair, the human girl with the blonde hair or brown hair, will give you a quest, and that quest, I already picked it up, is called Ride the Sky in Comfort. I have the secret for riding the Skyrails in comfort. Bring me a new insect for my collection and I might share it. So I've done this quest a few times on other characters to confirm things, and you can bring her any kind of fly. So just take yourself a bug net and go capture a fly and bring it back to this girl. I'm gonna go do that real quick. Alright, I am back, and I have the fly for her, so I'm going to give it to her. And now you're going to find the tech in your ship. It won't be in your inventory or anything. If you go into your inventory, it's not going to be there. You'll find it back on your ship, I believe, in the head slot spot. Let's double check that. Yes, here it is. So, Skyrail Rider. So just select that tech, and boom, bangy, you got it. So then, once you've picked up the tech, or you can do this before you pick up the tech, so long as you've completed that quest, either way, you could go in here and make yourself the Skyrail crafting table, and it just requires 20 silver bars. So, let me go show you one of the actual Skyrails that I've made, and I'll explain each of the parts for you. I've got them all up here, and I'll show you them in action too. Alright, and here we are at our Skyrail testing facility. So once you've got the Skyrail tech equipped, by the way, you just hit F. And then when you jump onto the rails, boom, you'll be attached to it. So let's talk about the Skyrail crafting table first. So in here, all of these require either gold bars, Durasteel bars, and I believe one of them required, so it's just Durasteel and gold bars, and you also have to create Skyrails before. It's basically like a conversion. You create the Skyrail first, and then you repurpose it into something that you want to do. And luckily, it just requires one Durasteel bar, and then these require 5 gold bars. That one's a little bit more expensive, but they're switchers, and you don't use them terribly often. So I'm going to go through this Skyrail that I have made, and I'll show you each of them in action. So right here, you can see a Skyrail switcher Plus, which basically gives priority to higher rails. So while I'm moving on this rail, I will move up onto this rail automatically. And then I've got one here that's called a Skyrail Switcher Minus, if I could talk, that will move me down off of this rail. And then these red ones are called boosters, and as you could guess, those will speed you up. These are a bunch of normal Skyrails, and then it's just more boosters. And then over here at the end, I've got a couple of diode left and rights, and basically what that does is it forces one direction. So basically what I made it do is that once I come from the other side, I'm going super fast, but then I've got a diode right and a diode left, so that when I come in here, I get stuck and just bounce back and forth. And then there's breaker in there. There's a Skyrail breaker, which slows you down. So when I first hit in there, I'm going to be bouncing back and forth super fast, and it's going to mess you up when you try and jump off, because you'll probably go flying in a direction. So I'm going to show you this in action now. So hit F, I attached to it, and I went up, and I went back down, just like I was talking about for those two. We're going super fast, and the diode and the breaker. So even though I was going super fast in there, I slow down and get stuck there. And then when I want to go back, just hit F, jump back on it, and whee! Now I didn't put a diode back on this side. I hit into the wall and just kind of bounced back. Now I could have turned off the tech and stopped, but that didn't work. So see, I still had some momentum and I kind of flew a little bit. So that is pretty much the Skyrail in a nutshell. If you have any questions about the mod, be sure to let me know. I recognize that on the mod video I sounded a little douchey. That was back when I wasn't as good in front of the camera, so I was kind of uncomfortable with it, so I apologize for that. I didn't mean to sound like that. But if you guys have any questions, please be sure to leave them down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer them. And yeah, in the meantime, you all take care.